Hey everybody, welcome to a spoiler tournament race for the Link to the Past Randomizer. I'm Fear Agent, and joining me today, Frostbite3030, my good bud. How's it going, man?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing today? Looking forward to this race. g3rd0, azder, two really good runners. Gonna make all kinds of mistakes talking about spoiler logs as if they don't know where things are. I am looking forward to this.
Yeah, spoiler log races are super fun. They're super stressful. That's why I don't play. As good as these guys, both g3rd0 and azder, it'll be no problem. A lot of cool aspects to the spoiler log tournament races compared to a lot of the other ones. A lot of the other tournament races, no delay, obviously, because we've got the spoiler. I think these guys can even be in chat if they like. And I know I've seen azder hanging out in chat in the past races I've seen him do. So always interesting. So they've got their spoiler logs. Frostbite and I haven't looked at them at all, so we have no idea what's going on. We're going to go blind. We're going to follow what these guys do. They've got 15 minutes to figure out where all the items are and then plan out their routes. What's cool about this is it's really a lot of the times low percentage fights. You're usually not going to see more than 6, 7, 8 hearts. And depending on where mail is, you might not see any of that either. So when you got, again, watching g3rd0 and azder do this stuff, I mean, azder always does low percent stuff anyways. Like if you ever watch any of his streams, pretty good at low percent. So we're in for a treat here.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting. These spoiler log races can sometimes be highly divergent if runners just make a couple different choices at the start, or they can be exactly the same. Let's see how this opens up.
Yeah, so we're starting out. We got a free heart container in Sank. You're always going to take that.
Yeah, honestly, like that, it sounds silly, but that might be one of the things I would be happiest about this seed already. It's like, okay, I got a free heart container. I'm not going 3 hearts into some horrid boss 15 minutes in. You know what I mean? To streamline the route as best I can.
So you get the route and you're like, okay, what do I need out of Kakariko? What do I need out of Lost Woods? You're looking for the your Dark World access and whatnot. Something you got to keep in mind, of course, that's not always in the spoilers, like both bombs and money, and as well as magic. Say something's on Magic Bat, you have early access to Magic Bat. Well, you got to make sure you got magic for that. So
nice.
Drop it into the well, synced completely.
Yeah, I give them like a 9.5 on that dive. That was really tight. They entered the water flawlessly at the same time.
g3rd0 getting that shield.
That is interesting. I wonder if there's 2 free shields. Like, is this just straight memes? I'm not sure. We'll have to look.
Yeah, we'll see.
Wow.
2 free hearts, both in Sync and in Link's house. So we're already up to 5.
Are we sure this wasn't an easy difficulty spoiler race?
Yeah. So as far as, to me, what that says is CAC is pretty empty if they're not doing anything else. They've got that sword.
Yeah, it definitely looks
like it. And then just leave.
Yeah, because you'd figure if there was something like they couldn't access, like it was behind a bomb or something like that, they'd attempt to route that in later.
Yeah.
I just love like the flagrant disregard of that chest. Like there's no chance either one of those is making that thing up.
Yeah, they don't need the 10 arrows or whatever's in there.
Yeah, now interestingly,
the 5 rupees.
Sorry, Fear. I know these guys both run a lot of, like, you and I are primarily rando runners, but I know azder's been running, I know he's run a lot of low percent in the past, and g3rd0's obviously a well-known NMG runner. And, I mean, I think one of the things a lot of rando players find when going to NMG is that it's, like, really hard to skip the chest that you don't have to check when you play NMG at the first. And I also find the same thing with spoiler races. The number of accidental chests that I pick up is astounding. And it's like, how did you finish with, like, 16 more checks than me? Well, it's because I picked up the map chest and blah, 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 right?
Yeah,
and it would be interesting to see. I'm assuming both of these runners are going to be really tight on their picks. They're just going to be grabbing the items they need, not everything, but we'll see how it goes.
Yep. Getting that full magic fill right there from the Moldorm is pretty nice for azder. All right, so we got 10 arrows, $20. I know that's not why we're here. This is one of those cases of it's in mini Moldorm cave. Just open them all, right? Like,
yeah.
There's no reason to get like I guess you could the money's not bad and the arrows aren't bad or whatever.
Well, yeah, you need resources early too. So getting those arrows, because you can get like 40 minutes in and it's like, oh crap, I don't have any arrows, So
because you're not just opening chests randomly like you would when you're playing a normal rando. So
yeah, and honestly,
getting those free arrows and stuff.
Sure, and I'm not sure that Kak is dead necessarily either. They both went there to get the sword because they couldn't figure out another way to get through Mini Moldorm
Yeah,
easily
right.
at the start.
Yeah, you get the free bombs from the dam, then you go and get your flute from Mini Moldorm Cave back to Kakariko. Don't want to waste any extra time.
Yeah, and they both are sitting at specifically 100 rupees. I wonder if the bottle vendor is going to be their next
Yeah, possibly. It's just crazy how exact their routes have been.
Yeah, it almost feels like they're running a predetermined route, like from a run. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, these players are so good as far as execution goes too. So this is a treat. All right, so Kak is empty because they're gone. We've got azder going to 5, and I think that might have been a mistake. Oh no, Gyro's to 6 was the mistake.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to the back of Saha's closet or into Eastern. We see that we've got the pendants and crystals already filled out. That's thanks to our track, who is Adalor. So give a little love to Adalor in our chat, keeping track of everything, because even though this is a spoiler race, Frost and I still going to mess everything.
Oh yeah, I have no clue. And the glove back there, interesting. And it looks like, oh, he's just running. He could be running out to just use the flute. Yeah, that makes sense. No, this is going into Eastern Palace, so obviously something they need is in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible there's a bow in Eastern, right? Like,
oh yeah, God.
The worst.
Yeah, that feels unlikely, but yeah. Who knows? I'm gonna say it's like Moon Pearl.
Moon Pearl or Hammer, yeah, something that's going to help us get into the Dark World. Because usually that's the first thing that you're trying to figure out is what's my Dark World access.
Yeah, the other
How quickly
thing
can I get to the boot?
Could potentially be something like boots, right? Like it's like that. I feel like that's probably obviously it's like how quickly can I beat the game, but the other thing is obviously, well, how fast can I get the boots, and how much out of my way do I have to go to get them, and is it going to save me time in the end? And the answer is almost always yes. So these runners will probably be looking to beeline them as quickly as possible as well. So nice big key location.
Yeah, I don't want to miss out on that. Skipping out on, I believe, the compass chest.
I think it's actually the map chest.
What's in the first chest of Eastern?
The first chest is like 100 rupees or 50 rupees or something like that. It's called the cannonball chest. Whatever. Dude, I don't know. I never played the regular game.
All right, so we do have Turtle Rock, Ice Palace, and Desert as our 3 pendants. So, you know, Ice Rod possibility is pretty low. And again, it doesn't really matter because we know where everything is going to be. We're going to open the big chest for the mirror. That means we're going up to the mountain.
Yeah, for sure. Great find. I mean, find, quote unquote, but nice to get early.
You know, this is the difference of the spoiler log race. Like, it's going to come down to seconds here. And, you know, azder just slowly has gained, you know, 3 or 4 seconds here.
Yeah, basically came down to the miss flute, right? Like that's really the difference at this point. It's not unrealistic to say that might, you know, like something like that is significant. You know, in a regular race, it's almost never going to be the case. I mean, obviously you say that, but there's races determined by very small amounts all the time. But still, in the spoiler log races where the finish times are so much faster that every mistake is just magnified.
Mm-hmm. All right, so looks like we're heading into the Tower of Hera. Are we going to get a vanilla Moon Pearl here?
Yeah. That mirror location would be super rude in a non-spoiler location. Oh, they're both going straight for the boots.
Yeah. Got to go fast. All right, so we got our boots. Where are we heading next? We're going to Bonk Rocks. No, library. First, we're going to purchase some bombs.
Yeah, this makes sense.
That extra trip to Kakariko kind of stings when you know that the flute is available so early, but you need something to get through Mini Moldorm Caves.
Yeah, unless you could get like bombs pretty quickly. I totally understand why they both did it.
Oh, there's our Titans mitts. All right, so we've still don't have access to
Yeah, this is
Moon Pearl yet, but that
screams
means
checkerboard cave, right?
yes, yeah,
Like,
yeah. We're going. I would, would not be surprised to see a 6, and there it is.
Yeah, our tracker indicated that the Moon Pearl was in a pretty good spot, and this seems like it qualifies.
So it's not even like let's get boots because we enjoy having boots that early. It's hard required in this
Yeah,
seed.
exactly. Interesting that azder is going into.
I think he was just trying to survive.
He just dipped the enemy. I see.
Yeah.
Oh
there
no!
It is. Yeah. These are the things that are going to cost.
Yeah.
Cost g3rd0 big time.
That's unfortunate. And there it is.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. I feel like whenever you get flute, mitts, and you still need the Moon Pearl's always in checkerboard cave.
Hey, you know what's interesting is that same combination opens Desert Palace just as much as it opens checkerboard. He has the boots even so they can get in there. It's never in Desert Palace. It's always in checkerboard cave. It's crazy.
Always.
Use the mirror, g3rd0, if you're worried. He's gonna. This is really dangerous.
Yeah, I like the jump into the shot play.
I mean, the mirror is the play. You just use the mirror and you get and he disappears.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's costly, but there's no way it was slower than running in circles like that.
All right, chess game gives us our hook shot.
Is this gonna have to send them back up to Death Mountain again? Like this is
Probably
pretty ridiculous, right? Yeah, I'm not surprised. azder's jumping into Thieves Town while he's here.
Yeah, you know exactly what you need. There possibly could be some progression in here as well. In fact, that's why I feel like you do. The only reason to do Thieves Town now would be to find some sort of progression.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is you're right here. You had to come here to get that hook shot, presumably. Oh, great. There's the hammer.
There, yeah, there you go.
And it's a crystal that they have to complete, so... A little bit of indecision here. Did he not pick up the big key in the first chest or something? This is some bizarre routing.
Yeah, he missed the big key there.
Okay, that's a little bit of the time that g3rd0 can squeeze back. Potentially.
Yeah. All right, so we do need the bow. We do need the fire rod. We'll need Quake for Meyer. Of course, we'll need Samaria. So we're still quite a few items out there. Bow. Flippers. See how we're going to route all this stuff.
It's also really interesting that azder just went out of his way to pick up that small key. That also almost seems like it's got to be something in the big chest down here as well. So maybe double thieves. It might be just something like a heart container or something like that as well. It's a pretty in the way spot. It's not that, and for safety's sake, it's worth it. And you know, depending on whether or not he's monitoring this, you could see that he's in a little bit of an advantage spot right now. But could be like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Bow.
You know, the one thing the spoiler log races show us is how garbage this game is, right?
Oh yeah.
Like Kakariko was completely empty.
Yeah.
It seems like Escape is going to be completely empty. Like all these like early overall checks that everyone's going to do if you're playing this game normally.
Yeah, basically nothing.
Like nothing. The seed wanted you to go to Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah.
To get your flute, to get your mirror in Eastern, required double dip, to get your boots in Hera, to probably double dip Hera. We don't know where that big key is. To get your Moon Pearl off of Checkerboard Cave. So just what do we do this for, Frost? Why do we play this game? Because
it's just like gambling, right? Like you don't win every time, but those times when there is something in it, it feels good, right?
Yeah, for sure. This is one of those seeds though where the early game where you find almost nothing, and then you get Dark World access and you still don't have the hammer, and you guys what do I do now? Do I go up to the Death Mountain with the hook shot, or like what do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
So what's in this big chest?
Something good. Fire rod. Oh, just a heart container. I was right with my random musings. You know, trying to literally cover every base, so no matter what it was, I could claim some sort of.
Sure. Sure.
But it makes sense. Like, I mean, this is still, you know, these obviously these guys are really good and they don't get hit by enemies at the frequency of a lot of other people, but
Sure.
they're still at low health, and
Yeah.
any one of these boss fights can potentially have the capability of going wrong, as much as you almost never see it. Even something as simple as this, you make
Right.
one mistake and it can go south. Now, I don't think we'll see it, but it's the potential is always there.
Yeah. 6 hearts is a good spot to be at. 6 or 7.
Yeah,
It's kinda
I
like
wouldn't be concerned even myself going into this fight, but I would be paying attention really strongly, you know?
Yeah.
The Azder did take one little bop there, but got through cleanly.
It's hard to that final hit on
Yeah.
blind can be kind of tough to
Yeah,
avoid.
And really clean by g3rd0.
g3rd0's actually made up some time here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did skip that heart that azder picked up, and it's down to back within probably about 10 seconds or something like that. You know, cutscene, crystal cutscene length.
All right, we got the brewery. I believe that's the name for this in the spoiler log.
Yeah, I mean, because that clearly makes sense.
Yeah, I have no idea why it's called the brewery. There's our Quake medallion, which is needed for Misery Mire. We might need it to get into Turtle Rock as well. We don't know where everything is gonna line up.
And continuing south, looking like some sort of either Stumpy or Cave 45 visit right now.
Yeah, we might even see a trip into Hype Cave. It is Stumpy.
Yeah, I feel like if it was Hype Cave, you would have fluted to the front of the house. Cane of Verna.
That means Spike Cave? Is Spike Cave in logic in this?
Oh,
like, that's the only reason.
It's not in logic because they need... no, wait, it's Verna, not Cave. It is in logic, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Just with 3 hearts, so...
I mean, that's one of those things when you... Oh, they're both canes right next to each other. Nice.
That's funny. I wonder if there's just a real crippled guy standing out there in the forest who's just totally lost because he lost both his games.
Yeah. Man, when I see a spoiler log and I see anything in Spike Cave,
it's brutal.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of places that are cringe. Any spot that's a fetch class is always cringe because then it's like, oh, where is the mushroom or whatever? Right?
Yeah.
Sequence break. Whenever you see Zora has a required item, that is an absolute disaster because trying to find 500 rupees early game is a nightmare.
Oh, for sure.
In some scenes, I mean, obviously some scenes you just look and it's like, oh, there's 600 in CAC, no big deal. Other times it's like, okay, I'm at the 45, how do I get to 500?
All right, heading into Super Bunny Cave here. No time to waste on the portal, the Turtle Rock portal. So I'm guessing we're not going to see Turtle Rock at all in this seed.
Yeah, although he skipped the items in there. That's interesting.
Maybe it's yeah. I don't know if it's faster. I guess. I mean, I'm gonna trust these guys. It seems like it'd been faster to go.
I feel like
I
feel like it might be faster to go the other way, but I'm not sure. I agree, though. I don't trust myself when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, I'll trust these guys.
I guess the question I would ask.
Speaking of money.
Yeah, this is Screaming Zora.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that is like, because then otherwise, why wouldn't you just take that route every single time to get to like Ganon, and no one does that, which leads me to think the other way's faster.
Right.
Now the argument would be, well, the portal's not open, so you have to do that. But I believe I've heard it said that it's still faster to open the portal most times, unless you get totally dead rocks, which is a consideration as well. So.
Right, because you're gonna have to come back here for GT.
Anyway. Yeah. Oh, there's the fire rod. That's a lovely spot. Now, is that just pod money, or is that like I need Zora money?
Yeah, no, it's tough. It looks like pod money. I don't know. We are getting an Ice Palace play though. No, we're not.
Waterfall Fairy play?
Yeah.
Now this is something you would have had way before the mirror. I guess depending on if you're going into Eastern.
g3rd0 forgetting that he doesn't have his flippers yet.
Yeah.
Again, these are the things that cost you time. You know, it's only a second here or there, but
Lamp.
where are we going now? The save and quit.
Are they going to do AGA? No. Like, why would you? The lamp is an interesting pickup.
Back of Escape? King's Tomb. Man, that save and quit delay can't come soon enough. The delay fix, I mean.
Yeah.
Coming. All right, there's our bow.
Nice.
So, Pod Eastern combo play here.
Yeah, seems likely.
I mean, Eastern's basically done.
Yeah, I'm just intrigued at the play to go get the lamp.
I mean, it makes these rooms so much easier, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but the fire rod eases the burden to my like, you know.
Yeah, but that's just for the basement. If you have to do, let's say,
you know, the
pod maze.
Yeah,
you'll save a little bit of time, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not. It definitely would save time, but like that cost them a couple, like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever it did to go get it.
No, that wasn't 2 minutes.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I think the time saved with still having both Meyer, Pod.
Yeah, Meyer is another consideration
and Eastern to do. It's like, I feel it's pretty free. I don't think you go any more out of the way for it than what we just saw.
I mean, I always go out of my way to skip it, so it's like, oh, it'll cost me 4 seconds to go pick it up. I'm not getting it, but I'm dumb. And like, I don't do a lot of spoiler races, but a lot of times when in a normal seat, I'll be like halfway through without the lamp, and I'll make it my goal to like try.
Sure, sure. All right, so if Pod is empty, this is going to be a very fast pod.
Yeah,
we got that early big key in the shooter room, so. All right. Shooter room.
Yeah, shooter room. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, even if there is an item or two in the back, one of the best things about Pod and Spoiler Log is that you don't have to check most of the things.
Yeah.
Because there's dumb keys that open other keys. So if you know exactly where you have to go, you're like, all right, I need 3 keys or whatever it is, and get out. Now, this is something where having like just sort of like innate knowledge of the key logic can become a huge benefit for you in a place like Pod. So you prevent yourself from picking up unnecessary keys or whatever. But I'm sure these runners obviously won't have any issues with that at all. Really nice
all right.
mimic room by g3rd0 there.
Yeah, it looks like a go mode pod here.
Yeah, for sure. Because if you have...
I mean, if you're going to do anything else, you're going to at least go get some more keys first.
Oh, yeah, because if you have to go to the back, then you have to go...
Yeah.
They're going to have to obviously go around the bow side again.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so with our loadout here, we've got Eastern and Pod clearable. We're able to clear out Skull Woods. Myers clearable. The only thing we're looking for would be those flippers. And then, of course, we're going to need at least one more sword.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the game's evil, the flippers are probably like also in Eastern Palace.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's another consideration. With only having Master Sword and Quake, even with the Fire Rod, that room's kind of annoying, the turtle room.
Mm-hmm.
But this definitely, we're talking probably 10 seconds saved or something like that by lamp right there.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite. It all depends on how well it goes, obviously. But
yeah. This is one of those fights that is not easy. Like, quietly not easy. A lot of times in Rando, you're fighting Helmasaur with, a lot better equipment than you are here in the spoiler log races, or even NMG or all dungeons, right? Like,
yeah,
you got to fight Helmasaur King with pretty low equipment. So both of these runners are well equipped for it. That was a great Helmasaur fight from azder.
Yeah, that final phase is no joke. You made it look really easy, though. I mean, it's not the hardest part of the game, but doing it cleanly with the hammer like that is not as easy as these little runners make it look. You see g3rd0 quickly switching over to the bow to take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice fights from both our runners. azder just a little bit quicker, getting his 7th heart and the 6th heart for g3rd0, so they should be squared away as far as heart containers go. I can imagine either one of them going out of their way to pick any more hearts up. If something's along the way, I'm sure they'll grab it, but
yeah, exactly. I mean, you might go a little bit out of your way for a mail upgrade, just if it's like a little bit out of the way, but other than that.
The real question is, where are these sword locations?
Yeah, they look pretty crappy, obviously. I mean, swords are one of the things that, you know, I don't know if you're ranking the items that, if you get this first, what saves the most time over the course of the run? Sword is way up there. And multiple swords. I mean, you get tempered sword in the first 5 minutes, all your boss fights essentially become free.
Interesting. azder picking up that blue goo there. g3rd0 gonna do the same thing.
Yeah. Is this back to
is there
Spike Cave?
On sick? Yeah, maybe Spike Cave. Or is there something on sick cave?
Yeah.
Walter in chat bringing up a really good point. The fact that g3rd0 had that overworld death and both the missed flute and is still this close just shows you how good they are. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think most runners have those 2 issues, and you're like a full minute behind. But you're
I'd be like thinking about forfeiting, honestly. Yeah. Like, I don't want to do this.
All right, so we're going to clear out here in Eastern. Where do we go next? We still need those flippers. Stab in the dark, Frost. Where are the flippers?
Oh god, I got no clue.
Are they in a dungeon or are they in the overworld?
I feel like they're going to be in the overworld.
Yeah.
Like Spike Cave. I don't know why. Why would you get that cane of burnout?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I mean, I'm a big fan of like the burn again and strats, but like no legit runners do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's ridiculous, Frost.
I mean, it's just so I don't die, right? Like.
Nice Armistice fight from azder and getting the quick kill from g3rd0 there as well. So picking up his crystal, and he's just literally just a crystal pickup behind. Yeah. So where are we dashing out of pod 2?
I have no idea.
This says pyramid or catfish, right? Like those are the only 2 locations that you would dash out of pod for?
I mean, I feel like it's faster to flute to 5 and go back into the dark world every time instead of doing this, but yeah. Pyramid or catfish or graveyard ledge, maybe. Like, that's about it.
And we are heading to the pyramid.
Sword, maybe? What's up here?
10 bombs. They're just 10 arrows. They're coming here for 10 arrows, right?
I mean, yeah, sure. Of course, I would have probably scouted that because I'm smart.
Sure. Yeah, there it is. There's our master sword.
Yeah, that makes sense. Be interesting to see if this is the only sword they get or if there is a free one along the way.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I've ever done a spoiler log race and I'm looking for like, you know, obviously you're looking for the required items, then I don't usually start with swords, but you get to swords and it's like, okay, where are they? And then whenever there's like a free sword potentially in Ganon's Tower, you always get that like Hope Room big key. And then every time there's like no sword in Ganon's Tower, it's like, oh great, it's fine. Ice almost, right? Like,
yeah. You know what's funny is we're 27, almost 28 minutes in, right? These 2 routed this separately. They didn't route it together, and yet their routes have been identical.
Yeah, I feel like g3rd0 is following azder by watching him. I honestly don't see how otherwise. I'm not even joking. Like I think that's legit strategy in these, right? Like if you feel like you play better. it's possible, but yeah.
All right, so we're all decked out for Skullwoods here. We've got our Master Sword.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think like Vitreous is a bigger jump when you go from Fighter Sword to Master Sword, but this is one of the fights where it's like Fighter Sword Moth isn't that bad, but it sucks, you know? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
It's slow. It has the potential to go south if you just get some bad patterns. It can go south out of your control, where a lot of the other boss fights, when they go bad, I feel like it's usually my fault. Oh, there they are.
All right. So why did we get Cane of Burnout other than maybe misreading it?
Safety, I don't know. It was right there.
I mean, I guess.
I honestly don't know. I probably wouldn't have got
It's just interesting because they both did it. They both did the exact same route.
It's hilarious. I probably wouldn't have picked up the lamp here either, honestly, if I was doing this myself. I'm not saying it would have been better or not, but they did both go significantly out of their way to get it.
Yeah, G3rd0 had a little extra early mirror there. Moth not playing nice with azder.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those fights where the patterns were just unfriendly. Azder did really well though, getting through it, not taking too much damage. That's one of the things you just take for granted. You know, so often you find males in regular seeds compared to the spoiler seeds early on, and it just, you know, it's like essentially doubling your health bar almost, right? So like, without him, it's significant.
Looks like Moth might be playing. Nah, he's still staying in that corner for G3rd0.
Yeah, neither one of these guys got particularly friendly fights. Really, really well done by G3rd0.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. All right, on to Swamp for azder here. So we're gonna breeze through Swamp. There's probably a sword on left side Swamp.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
there's always a sword in Swamp.
Always in Swamp for sure. And because this is a spoiler mode, it's not just going to be like in the south chest or whatever it's called.
Right. I mean, at this point in the race, a sword on left side Swamp, I don't know the value of it. I feel like with Diver down, maybe, I don't know, might be fast.
I'm not sure. Oh, mismirrored there. Like,
yeah, they didn't bring us on to commentate this race because we're really good at timing things out. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Oh God, no. But I'm just gonna say, I think it takes like, I've always heard 2 minutes. I'm never gonna time it, so it feels like it takes 2 minutes to go with left side Swamp. So we'll go with that. So like, is it possible that having Tempered Sword would save you 2 minutes over the course of the run? I mean, I just don't feel like, even with Master Sword Silverless, is that 2 minutes? It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's the other thing you find whenever you make mistakes and you go back and look. They always feel like you lose way more time than you actually lose when you go back and look at your VOD. You have this feeling like, oh, I took this horrible death. It just cost me 5 minutes. And you go back and it's like, I was like a minute 45 seconds, which is obviously like still a minute 45 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's not usually as bad as you feel.
Yeah, azder has just maintained his lead. Hasn't really given G3rd0 opportunity to catch up.
Yeah, they kind of accordioned
glaring mistakes.
Yeah, G3rd0 did catch up a bit, and then azder pulled back in front a little bit more.
Yeah, G3rd0 mirrored that early mirror in Skullwoods.
Yeah, the fake mirror,
threw away a bit of his time
comeback.
I do love me a go mode Swamp though, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I hate the diver down trick. Not that I like care about like its validity or anything like that, but just like my controller is really crappy and it's really difficult for me to hit the 2 buttons at the same time on the diagonal to jump back out of the water. So like I'm annoyed by it. And azder's just going for straight up wiggling. I've never looked at that strat myself.
Yeah, it's not easy.
He got it. There you go.
He does get it. Again, the time save is pretty slow or minimal. I think it's like 4 seconds overall. So
yeah, especially since it's not picking up the items there, the time savings is more significant when you're full clearing it than when you're just coming through here. Oh, g3rd0 getting it really clean.
Yeah,
really
that was
nice.
super clean. Yep. Let's see who can kill Argus the quickest here with the Master Sword setup. Probably going for double spins.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone goes for some high-end crazy strats, double pokes or whatever they're called. I don't know what the strat is because I've never even pretended to look into it, but I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Azder with the one single, so he's gonna miss it by a little bit here.
Yeah, not getting as many doubles as I think he hoped.
g3rd0 going with my personal favorite Kane strats versus Argus, which is something that has become a thing for me in Diver Down world.
Yeah.
Man, I'm good for that reason. I haven't done it in a while, so I'm good for one of those Canes on Argus. Yeah, and azder got a few more double spins, but g3rd0's making pretty quick work with the double slashes. I've never actually timed it out either, but I feel like the spins are faster, but he made those slashes look really quick. Because, you gotta wait for the thing to, charge, I guess is the right video game word, and then spin it. But I think azder might have gained a little bit of more time in that fight.
Yeah. I mean, before he was just a crystal cutscene ahead. He's a little bit more than a crystal cutscene ahead now. So again, there's time to be made up. We are in low percentage everything. So one mistake, green mail in Meyer, against Viddy, we don't have silver.
Huge equalizer too in the end game. Even like if you don't die, you can the difference between a really, really good and a good gauntlet is a lot of time. So
yeah. So the lead is not insurmountable by any means.
Never. Yeah. These I think Meyer is. How do you rate Meyer? I feel like it's one of my least favorite dungeons. It's potentially my least favorite dungeon.
It is my least favorite dungeon.
Yeah, okay.
Especially because I've been playing a lot of cross keys and modes like that where any sort of key sanity, I just hate it so much.
I'm glad you said that because I despise Meyer as well. Especially in key sanity, it just always seems to be holding some sort of vanilla Canis-Samari or vanilla big key that is just like horrible. Yeah. Okay,
it's weird though. It's not that bad of a dungeon, honestly. No. It's actually pretty quick, but for some reason, I just hate it. I really do.
It's a blight.
Yeah, for sure. We're having a little bit of trouble there in the Wizroad room. Not getting through there as quickly as he'd like. Looks like we're gonna have an early big key though, so.
Yeah, I figured this has to be the big key, right? Oh, it's a small key. That's crazy.
Did
he misread his log?
Yeah, possibly.
A little slash maybe indicates so. I don't know. You also have to wait for this thing, so it doesn't really cost any time. Oh yeah. That's funny. That's one of my least favorite spots in that game is running up behind that stupid fire snake. It's like, and on one hand, it's like one of the few spots in the game where you can actually like make up time from a mistake without losing time because you have to wait for the stupid thing anyways. But the other time, I always end up doing what azder did there and bonk into the darn thing when I'm trying to time it to avoid it.
Man, that was a very costly mistake.
Yeah.
Because g3rd0 just took the lead.
Yeah, for sure. Sneaks in with the spoiler mistake is probably flipped to about what 4 or 5 seconds in g3rd0's favor.
Yeah,
maybe slightly more. Yeah, maybe it's just totally, just essentially leapfrogged. Cutscene length. Yeah, I have no idea what these chests in Meyer are called either. That's the other thing. I feel like I'm at a disadvantage in the spoiler races. I read the log and it's like, oh great, it's in the compass chest. Then I got to go to Mike's RPG website and figure out which map, which chest is the compass chest, right? So like I'm doing all this research that people already have in their brain during the run, and I just can't remember them. I'm dumb, man.
g3rd0 throwing away a little bit of time there.
At least he remembered, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
or he
that would have
saw
been
the
real
switch and
bad.
it triggered. Everyone's done that, right? Like,
Yep.
yeah, I did it recently, and I was embarrassed. As they're going for the spooky setup, unfortunately, didn't get it. I'm not. That's another one of the tricks that, like, the easier spooky setup was found way before my lazy behind learned how to do that one.
Sure, yeah. All right, we've got a 4-heart, green mail, master sword, Vidi fight. What's the strat for this?
Yeah, Caterburna. I mean, I know it doesn't have the same effect with spamming it as the cape, but you can essentially use like, I call it the lollipop strat, where you just stand in the middle and slash up at them, and they all kind of form a ball at the end of your sword. You can basically do that with Bernie. You run out of time a little bit at the end. g3rd0 going straight for the potion. This is a rude fight. Any hit is going to kill them, other than the plasma hit. Now, as they're taking advantage of this right side of the room, where the last tile on the screen will not hit you with floor damage, so you can use it to slide up beside them and use your bow.
Yeah, but you can get tagged pretty quickly there.
Oh yeah, that's a really risky strat, but it's quick. Yeah. He made up a lot of time. Because now this is going to be 3-4 seconds.
Frost, we got ourselves a crazy race going here.
Like, this something's gonna happen. They're gonna get a power outage or something, because we have never. How many races have we called together? We have never had a close race, right?
No,
we had to resort to spoiler races to try and get a close race.
Yeah, we did. All right, so all we have is a Haripot left, and then we're heading into GT, and we're gonna see who can pull this off. Man, yeah. I can't believe how costly that mistake from azder was there.
Yeah.
But again, anything can switch. We just saw that. You enter the wrong door, you go through the wrong room, and next thing you know,
you just misread one of the lines in the log while you're running up running across it.
Yeah.
Like, oh no. Yeah, that's, I feel like, one of the other reasons why I decided not to enter the spoiler log.
What? Uh-oh. Is there a sword in here?
I wonder. Blue mail. And half magic.
I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised to see that.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I agree. I might have come in there earlier. I would have gotten those because I'm a coward. But
I mean, at this point of the race, wow.
It basically is going to take azder having to, either die because of his health, or
use up his magic.
Yeah, or run into a scenario where you just have to play so cautiously because of your health that you end up losing a ton of time, which is definitely something that can happen, right? So, in a place like the Gauntlet, if you get down to 1 heart, you can have to play pretty slowly. Now, I think azder still has the blue potion left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know if he used it or not when he. I didn't see. g3rd0 for sure used it.
I just saw it in his menu there. Yeah.
I mean, this is a tough call, man. azder actually having a bit of trouble with Haripot here.
Yeah, he was definitely. I'm not. Yeah, if he's using the setup, I think he's using. He was 1 pixel too far to the right.
He's gonna miss it again here.
Yeah.
Oh no, he got it.
Yeah, that's different. That's a different lineup than I've seen before. So that doesn't surprise me. There's a bunch of different ways to do that. g3rd0's going for the. I'd say one of the more popular hook speed.
Yeah, hook speed. Yeah. All right, so he made up some of that time there that azder lost trying to do the.
Yeah, it's funny how quickly Haripot has become a deciding factor in races like this.
Yeah.
You can't just Haripot. You got to get advanced, quick Haripot strats, or be quick at it. No one fails it, because I use sort of the track pod method, and it's got some weird intricacies with it where it won't always work if you don't set it up exactly the same.
Yeah, so. If you move more 2 pixels on that last movement, it won't work. So it's super weird. All right, so here we go.
Yeah, little more than a cutscene length now, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's close. It is close. So where, I guess, is that GT big key gonna be?
Yeah, probably like just like 4 or something at maximum, but like.
I mean,
I hate
half
running
magic.
GT,
Yeah, half magic going through the gauntlet is super nice.
Yeah, that
100%.
That could potentially save. You know, I would love to lean on the fire rod in a low percentage situation, basically, as opposed to using non-silver arrows. I know a lot of NMG runners just prefer silver arrows because that's the common strat they use, but like
Tile room?
Gotta be.
Okay. He didn't grab that key, so
Yeah.
I was a little bit curious there.
I feel like that was faster. I wonder if this is Ice Armos and they're split now.
Oh wow. Oh, azder almost getting grabbed there. And
he came so close to missing that door too. That was maybe the closest I've ever seen someone sneak through that before. I mean, most of the time you just don't. It's just not an issue. People just make it so cleanly. Now this is interesting because if there's not a key, azder could be running into Ice Rod, so he can go. What did he misread? I'm confused.
Well,
Ether is a good pickup too. I suspect that's a conscious effort. It can make some of the rooms at the top go free.
I don't think it's Ace Arma.
No, it feels like a rando room.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Oh, silver,
wow, that's
too.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gerdo with the advanced knowledge too. I'm not sure if he planned to be on 3 heart pieces there, but I suspect he knew he was on 3 heart pieces there. That's one of those things that I've always had in the back of my mind. It's like, you know, it would be nice in the end game if you knew how many heart pieces you're at, so it would make maybe more sense to pick up an extra chest or not, because that's, you know, in a dire situation, or not dire situation, but you know, this is low health stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, so 45:23 is when Gerdo went, when Gerdo headed upstairs. So it looks like azder's gonna be close to a minute behind.
Yeah, that's a very rough mistake. Okay, good. I had a little bit of worry there when he switched to the mirror, but. Oh wow, girl!
Almost getting knocked off. Yeah.
You don't see that very often. That thing is something the most runners. I mean, it's actually. I mean, it's not that hard, but I've definitely blundered off it a few times. But.
All right, as we begin the gauntlet for Gerdo here.
Oh, you got absolutely sniped by both of the Beamoses there.
Yeah, Gerdo has no other safeties. Does have to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, really clean
as they're still with that blue potion. Yeah.
He had the nice RNG on the Stalfos there, and he got the I don't know, is that Zyzak or whatever they're called? He got that really clean. That was really well done.
Excellent. 0 cycle there for Landmo.
Yeah, that Silver Arrow Landmo strat is. God, I hate using Fire Rod on that boss fight. The Silver Arrow is so much nicer.
It is a good thing that azder has that blue potion, because he's pretty low on magic here. He can pick some up in that little pop. But
yeah. Oh, he didn't get it either. Yeah. Just freed it, just to, you know, make sure that it just didn't go bad.
Yeah. There it is. Using that blue potion. Doesn't want to die here. All right. Torches for Gerdo. Surprised he's not just using the fire rod, but whatever.
Yeah. I find sometimes, like, I think it feels like it's faster to use the the lamp for me sometimes in that room. But then it has the extra menu, so obviously that needs to take into consideration. But I actually prefer to use the lamp.
So it looks like we are doing Master Sword Silvers today. Free heart container there.
Yeah,
don't need to pass
really
that
helpful.
up. Yeah.
I mean, that puts g3rd0, I mean, not that he's likely to take a Ganon hug, but ooh, Moldorm hug.
Yeah, I thought he was going down there.
So did I. That was nice to not go down there. Wow, that was a monstrous sword bonk there. He basically went across the whole platform from at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
Gotta meme it up. I love it.
Yeah, get the vanilla 20. All right, on to Aga 2. Here we go. Runners of this caliber, I don't expect Ganon to be much trouble, even with Master Sword.
No,
but you know,
it can definitely happen. But nice, nice second cycle by g3rd0 there.
Not the nicest lineup, but not a problem, and a bit quicker of Moldorm too for Ed.
Yeah, that was. I would have been happy with those patterns. They would have been, for my preferred methods, would have been fine. But g3rd0 made it really nice. They were always happy with this three cycle I get too. I feel.
Yeah.
Especially when you know, the first setup wasn't exactly ideal for a triple. It was, I think, feasible, but.
All right, azder's turn for the Aga 2 fight here, and we drop into Ganon for g3rd0. See, we're here.
Just spiked it a little bit higher. He could have had that double triple. Oh, he missed the second shot there too. Looks like g3rd0 missed the torch spin. Everything is happening, as one of my favorite hockey commentators once said. In the most adept explanation of play-by-play ever.
I mean, here we are. Any hit here is gonna take g3rd0 down.
Okay, he got into the danger phase. I wonder, is he going to switch to hookshot or something? He's going to switch to burn a strat. I'm telling you, man. The
problem though is you can't spin with that.
You can live though.
Yeah, but this is going to be slow.
Yeah, this is super. This is potential comeback city here. This is really, really rough.
That's a good spot.
Yeah, he got it too. You should be able to get maybe 4 hits in here for 8 total. I think he's going to push it. Oh. Well, like the 15th lead change here.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I don't feel like those were the most favorable locations.
Called it. He's pushing for that 4th hit.
Yeah.
You want to do it because you want to sneak it in there, but just not enough time.
Yeah, he was a little slow, and I don't mean that, like, he didn't get in a perfect position to get in there as quickly as possible, so he was a little bit behind, because you can definitely get a 4th hit there and then quickly activate it, but just a little bit unfortunate. And as they're going with hookshot strats, this is just totally bananas.
Oh man.
Does he even have enough magic to do this? Oh yeah, it's silver arrows, yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's got silvers.
I mean, I've been in scenarios like this where I've spammed the lamp so much I ran out of magic before I lit the torch. I had a little less than this, I feel, but he's got those hook strats pretty nice. I always feel they're a little bit dangerous. You can sometimes land right on a bat. g3rd0 sticking with Berna.
All right, both are on the 3rd cycle. Who's going to get through first? It looks like we're through for azder.
Yeah, azder's through. Just bailing on the first one. The first cycle. I don't blame him at all for that.
Oh, that bat
really close.
So close.
Oh, this is rude. g3rd0's
lead
teleports because he had a different Because this
Oh,
is Jesse
no.
gets better teleports. This is incredible.
It's hit 2 almost at the same time.
Wow, this is so close.
Seconds ahead. There's hit 3 for azder. Azder back in the lead.
You don't get to see many races.
Oh, there's the fourth
hit.
for both. Gotta get the torch glitch for azder. He does. g3rd0 gets the first arrow in. Gets a double for g3rd0. g3rd0 back with the lead with the fourth hit, and he's down.
There we go.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I just feel like the trip into Paradox Cave to pick up half magic, specifically, played huge dividends for g3rd0 in the end there, and he crosses the bridge safely. GG's to g3rd0.
Unbelievable. What a race. Don't have SRL up, but we've got g3rd0 with 53-52. azder shortly behind, just a little over 15 seconds behind. Came down to that that Ganon fight.
Yeah.
g3rd0 even taking the death and coming back. Unbelievable.
What a race. This is just one of those races where there were so many lead changes in it. It just goes to show you that even in a situation where the runners know, it's not like they know where everything is, but they have the opportunity to find everything mid-race if need be, that anything can happen in these races, and mistakes on both sides, excellent play on both sides, and it was super fun to watch.
We're joined now by azder. GG's, man. I don't know where to begin. I guess a couple questions. I don't know. Were you watching as you were running?
I was watching the chat.
Okay, so I guess what happened in Meyer? You just misread where the key was, and I guess the same thing in GT.
Yeah, so I misread where the key was on my first when I was writing notes, and I caught it when I was writing notes. But I didn't refer back to what my notes said when I did Meyer because I was really sure that I remembered that it was the lobby key. So I remembered the wrong one instead.
It's tough. You had a nice lead going into Meyer there, and then g3rd0 was able to grab the lead back, and then as you guys were climbing the mountain, he went in and grabbed blue mail and half magic, so they gave you a lead going into GT, and then compass room happened.
Yeah, so when I read where it was in GT, my brain was just okay, this is where a clump of the 4 chests in the same room are, and I wrote down the wrong room without double checking it. I guess that was when I actually did write down wrong and I didn't double check it. That is a ridiculous mistake. I've never done that before.
We're also now joined by g3rd0. GG's.
Yo, GG.
We both had the exact same route, the entire thing, literally the exact same route, until you got to on your way up to GT. What made you grab the blue mail and the half magic?
Because I cannot do Lopez and Ganon. And I know that azder, in his past, he was a Lopez and player at some.
Yeah, exactly.
So I found my best bet was banking on him making some big mistake, which he did.
I didn't make the mistake there, but I
yeah. So I wanted to be safe, and it didn't even help because I died anyway. So
yeah.
I'm not sure, but it seemed like you were ahead until you died. The death you put you back, and then I guess phase 3. I don't know. I took phase 2 kind of slow.
Yeah, I used burner to dodge the fire bats and shit. It was really slow for me as well. I was watching the stream and I saw we both got 1 billion warps.
I I forgot to get the magic jar in the pre-Moldorm too, because like, so my notes said that there was a heart container in that chest, and when I knew like how big of a mistake I made, I was just like, okay, I don't have time to grab that heart container, so I'm not grabbing it. So because of that, I skipped the magic as well. So my mind kind of clumped the two together.
Go fast, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it was interesting. The Ganon fights, I mean, the warps are ridiculous yet different, because Gerda was on the second one and you were on the first one. And then I honestly feel like at the end, the half magic paid off, because Gerda was able to get a little faster, essentially, through the final phase. You didn't go into it at exactly the same time, but it was pretty close. And just having had that extra magic allowed him to, you had to play it a little bit more cautiously, Azder, with the lamp at the end than he did with the fire rod.
Yeah, I really didn't. Like, so I also knew that he died from the Fs in chat. I knew they weren't for me. So, so I was like, okay, so he died, so I can play this a little bit safer, right? And I guess I was wrong.
Yeah. But no, it was that was super fun to watch. By far the best race that Fear Agent and I have ever had the pleasure of commentating from a closeness and everything standpoint. It was really, really awesome. GG's to both of you.
Yeah, just give us a couple of your thoughts on this seed specifically. Did you find anything interesting about it? Like I said, you guys routed it exactly the same. We were surprised to see the Cane of Burna pick up, but I'm guessing that was just for in case of.
You kind of never know. Like it's not super useful with Master Sword, but it's kind of like, I can't think of where I might need this, but something is going to come up and I'm going to regret not picking it up. And there's a lot of other safeties that I knew I was going to skip already.
Yeah, pretty much the same, especially on Master. Like, I'm not comfortable with Master Sword gameplay, because I never bothered with learning all the strats and stuff. So every safety you can get is very valuable for that, and the cape was kind of out of the way, so...
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Just being able to avoid some of that damage when needed. Totally.
Where were the
pretty free?
Yeah, where were the other swords?
One was in Turtle Rock, and the other one was on pedestal.
Oh.
I actually, like, thinking about it, the one in Turtle Rock might have been worth it to grab on the first trip.
Yeah, possibly.
I didn't think about it until I left, but then I was like, oh yeah, you could probably grab that one, because like actually maybe you grab that one, and then maybe you can actually delay the Pyramid Ledge one, depending on how comfortable you are with Vitreous. But I think actually, like, the way that we routed in I had to route in the Pyramid one, I think that doing Master Sword Vitreous literally is faster than walking to the pyramid and just get tempered before Ganon, although that's obviously harder.
Those video fights were edge of the seat for sure.
Yeah, I was kind of low on health going in, so I channeled my inner noob player and just mashed the button, you know?
Yeah. My strats. Mash B strats. Or A, or whatever button it is.
Yeah, because I also didn't have very many arrows at that point. So using those on phase 1 was not really an option.
Yeah, exactly. No, it made sense. You both did really well. No, it was really well played. Yeah, obviously had little slip ups and some mistakes, but it was it made for a super fun race.
Yeah, any last thoughts before we wrap it up here?
No, I've never made mistakes like that big. Like, there were 2 rooms that I just completely misread.
Yeah, I mean, my method of working out the road leaves me with a lot of time to look at smaller stuff like where the keys are. I'm also happy that I got killed by the birdo again. It's kind of become a meme because of last spoiler tournament, and it happened again. Oh, and that was pretty funny to me. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, there was no. Apparently, there was nothing to get through Mini Moldorm Cave early because you guys both had to make that extra play to Kakariko to grab that sword.
Yeah, I sunk a lot of time into trying to figure out a better solution for that, and I was just like, oh, I guess I can't find one. Because, like, nobody wants to walk to Kakariko twice in the flute.
Yeah.
It's available early.
Yeah.
But like I said, you guys routed this exactly the same. I don't know if I've ever seen a spoiler race where the routes were exactly the same, but GG's to you both. That was quite the race to watch. All right, so we're gonna wrap things up here. Good luck to you guys as you move on in the Swiss rounds. Girdle, you'll be going to the 3-0 bracket. Is that correct? And then Azder will be going to the 2-1. Do you know who you'll be facing next?
Nobody knows.
I think it's reroll at the end.
It's like
It's
actually
random.
certified random.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only strong players left pretty much though, so it's not gonna get easier.
Yeah, for sure. Well, good luck to you both. Make sure you follow all of the spoiler race ALTTPR spoiler race tournaments. I think it's !spoiler in the chat to get all the information for that. You can join the Discord and follow along with these runners. Frostbite, pleasure doing comms with you.
Yeah, always great race. Always fun for your agent. And yeah, I'm going to tune into some more of these races now that I'm aware that they are happening because it's super fun.
Yeah. Thanks again to our tracker Adalor for keeping track for us today. Make sure you follow the runners. Command is in the chat as well. That's going to do it from here. That's going to do it here from us on SpeedGaming 3. Make sure to, again, follow all the spoiler tournament action. Until next time, and for Frostbite and Adler, I'm Fear Agent. See you, everyone.